Good morning everybody, welcome back to a Chart Nerd Technical Analysis video. Today we will be discussing DMTR. The ticker is DMTR against USDT on the monthly time frame. So we're keeping it a very macro perspective, and before I dive into the charts, I actually wanted to look at something a little bit time based. And this is just a thought experiment, so please don't take it to heart, guys. But what I've noticed is that if we look at these local peaks for DMTR, you'll notice that they kind of tied up with a very similar time. So this was April in 2023, where we actually came from our all-time lows and we rallied up to this high and we ran into resistance in April. We then had a pullback through the next sort of 5 to 6 months into September, and September was the month that we lowballed out into October before putting in a new local high. So think about this for a minute. Okay, we had the previous local high in April, we corrected until September, October, and then it took until the next March, April, where we put in another local high. So both of our local tops here have been put in around April, May / March, April, 2 very close months. And the previous correction lasted all the way to September / October before breaking out. Right now we've had this correction coming into August, September, looking into October to break out. So the time-based sort of situation here is very ideal. We topped out in March / April, 5-month correction, new high. We've topped out in March, April / May, 5 to 6 month correction. I think next is a new local high. So that's just something time-based. We had local highs on both previous years in April / March, and then we had 5 months corrections, 5 to 6 months corrections before putting in a new local high. So right now the structure is our friend, and that's just something to keep an eye on. Does that mean that when we come up to April, May of 2025, that's a time to sell for another sort of 5 to 6 months downtrend before a continuation? Who knows? Who knows? But right now, that's just something to look at, something time-based. And it does tie in, actually, with two very similar chart patterns that have happened from previous tops. So the last top in April / May of 2023, we had the 5-month correction in this falling channel before the month of October breaking out in this candle here for the continuation to newer highs. Right now in 2024, we've done the same. We've had this sort of falling channel for the past 5 to 6 months for DMTR, and around the same time as we did last year, we've got this monthly candle, this breaking out of this descending resistance of the falling channel. So this monthly candle last year, from the breakout of the same pattern, was the giveaway to the next 6 months of building up to new highs. So I think right now we are looking for continuation here, and at some point we will retrace to this current local high at 25 cents, and I think that will get broken, and I think we have a target. So I'll give you a breakdown of how I've got my target from the breakout of this falling channel, and it's very similarly to how I got one from this previous channel. So if we look back at the previous channel and we get a Fibonacci from the low of that correction back in October back to the 2023 highs, so from this 0.014 low back to this high of which it came from, we just ran shy of the 1618 target here and came up to 25 cents. So the 1618 is somewhere I would look for a potential breakout target from this current low that we have back to our current local high. So if we get another fib on, so just bear in mind, from the previous low in October of 23, retracing back to April 2023 high, we actually broke out and ran just shy of the 1618. So if we can now get a fib on from our 2024 September / October low, going back to our 2024 April / May highs, March / April highs, the next 1618 target sits at about 68 cents. So if we do come up and see 25, 26 tackled out and this local high for DMTR over the next coming months, over the next coming months, and we take out this 26 cents high, the next impulsive move for me would be the 1618 at 68 cents. Very similarly to where we had this low here, retracing to this high, this target, or this high just here, was just shy of the 1618. I think we can come up right now and come up just shy of 68 cents. I think 55 was somewhere a technical target I was looking at from an actual breakout. Something that might give a bit more confluence is that if we are in this sort of flag as well, where you could see this as a flag, as a falling channel. But if you look at it as a flag, and we get the candle close to the candle close here, because I like going off candle closes, guys. When we actually do break out, this gives, which we have done actually, when we do break out, it gives more confidence we're going up to around 60 cents as well, just from this bull flag where we've corrected for 5 to 6 months, and the next target could take us up, look ironically at the time zone below, guys, up into March, April 2025. So 60 cents, you know, is that a massive gain from here? Some people might be disappointed at the fact of that. I'm not saying this is the complete bull run target. I'm just saying this is a target from this bull flag, from this falling channel, and it ties up very similarly with the previous corrections. The time zones all tied together. So I think where we come up over the next 4 to 5 months could be very explosive, and we could see a potential 4 to 5x to continue this move on. And what I think this might be is some sort of, we would have had at that point, this is a 3, this is a 4, and this is a 5, and that could be a complete big macro wave 1 before it then comes in for a correction, quite a larger correction, before looking for continuation and then going on to these sort of candle closes and previous all-time highs that we've fallen from. Can DMTR get back to $11 to $12 this cycle? I think it could be possible. It could be possible, but as I'm saying, for now, I just want to watch this macro move. Just looking at this breakout here, very similar to how the previous sort of falling channel had, and we had the breakout here, and we saw 5 to 6 months of impulsive. I would like to just focus on the next 5 to 6 months, trying to get towards that 60 cent target. And if it can get there, then I think it's absolutely fantastic. So right now, that's my sort of key takeaway for DMTR. We do have another reason as to why we ran into resistance at this point, as well as it being the 050. Because remember at the start, did I show you at the start of the video? I had a fib from the all-time low going back to the all-time high. And what you'll notice is this level of resistance and this resistance range in April of this year was very normal to see resistance. One, because it ran into the 050 from the all-time low, retracing back to the all-time high. It ran into the golden ratio at 17.6. So there's no wonder we actually saw the closes bang on the 050 here. And we actually also ran into the monthly 20 EMA. So you had the 050 here, and we also had the monthly 20 EMA right on our heads at this point. So it was very healthy to run into resistance and have this pullback. And this pullback from this EMA is a bullish continuation pattern called a falling channel or a bull flag. And this is just a flag for the past 5 to 6 months. Right now, we do have the 20 EMA above us that we need to tackle. And that currently sits at 15 cents. And we will also have a level of fib resistance to get above. If I look at the weekly here, guys, and I get the 20 EMA off, we have a level of resistance that from these lows that we're actually holding right now, we have a level of resistance we need to get back above in order to get to this 60 cents that I'm talking about. We have 12 cents as key resistance and 14 cents. Okay, so these golden ratios are potentially where we could see a level of resistance from this bounce. If we come up and then come back for a higher low and look for the breakout going towards 25 cents, I think it would be very healthy. If we do just see an impulsive move and breakout here, believe me, it will come down very, very fast and harder. So think about it. The larger the impulsive break, the potential larger the correction. If we come up gradually here into a key level of resistance, we could come back for a slightly smaller pullback and then get a larger break. So I think if we do come up to around 14/12 cents, expect a level of resistance, maybe a slight pullback for a couple of weeks, and then the continuation on into the later parts of the year. Again, forgive me, correct me, I could be completely wrong, and the fact that we have had this previous sort of 6 months worth of downtrend here where we've just been correcting, we could move very impulsively, and there is a chance of having some sort of V-shaped recovery where we had this sort of direct crash down, and right now we do get this direct impulsive move back up to 25/26 cents. It could happen, but what I'm saying is we do have resistance above at 12 to 14, and if we do pull back from there, don't shy away from a potential entry point on a higher low looking for continuation, because this breakout on the weekly time frame here for the last 2-3 weeks where we've been rallying is a convincing sign that we are looking to continue the trend here towards higher targets for DMTR. So I think in the next sort of few months, it would be very nice to see a nice impulsive move, tackle out this 26 cents high, and I've got this 1618 target at 67 cents for us, which is from current prices roughly a 5x. I think I said earlier in the video. Now bear in mind, if we did get into the low, I think my last video I was screaming at a back test here, and I was saying that we're coming to key support. So if you did get in on that potential target there, you know, from there going up to the 1618 target, you'd have been looking at 11x. So it's a shame that obviously if you haven't been involved and you're just witnessing this breakout now, we could have already had 3 weeks of really nice impulsive moves. And I think it's up over, since its lows in 19th of August, it's actually up over 100% right now. So very nice return so far. 3 to 4 weeks of lovely pumps. Key resistance above, just expect them to potentially see some slight pullbacks or some stagnancy around that area. I think 12 to 14 cents, somewhere there. Come back for our higher low and then look for continuation back to the 1 fib, which we've fallen from in the earlier parts of April in 2024. So I hope you've enjoyed the content, guys. My key points to take away is we're doing fantastic. We've broken out of this corrective pattern that we've been under for multiple months. We're running up now after a 100% impulsive move. We've got 0.50 and 0.618 between 12 and 14 cents above as resistance. Take those out. I think we've got a minimal retracement to the 1 fib down the line, and then eventually once you get back above that, the 1618 is my technical breakout target of the bull flag, of the breakout of this pattern here, this channel. So fingers crossed, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content today from Chart Nerd TA. Take care. Peace out.